garden update of July 4th, 2023. Everything's going pretty good. I'm pretty happy so far this year. But the green beans are doing really good. The trellising really nicely. Already have some flowers going on with them. So probably here in a little bit I'll be starting to harvest some green beans. A little disappointed on this trellis and the green beans. Just say the green beans have been kind of stunted. I think what it is this is where I had the potatoes obviously from last year, and I think what happened is I got a lot of the last year I had a lot of wood chips in there, and I think there just wasn't much nitrogen, which green beans don't need a lot of nitrogen, but that's the only thing I can figure out is why this trellis did so poorly as far as the how quick they grew versus that trellis over there. But my only theories, I really haven't done a soil test this year, so I can't really say for certain. There's my sweet potatoes. There's 4 of them. They're starting to vine out, so that's pretty exciting. I'm kind of interested to see. First time doing that, it'll be interesting how much space they actually consume. Corn is, I am pretty happy. I'm showing you the impressive side. These are about 5 foot. The other side is about 4 foot. Probably average is around 4 foot in total for all the corn. Cabbage is doing really good. I have a feeling I got a little bug in this one, but she still seems okay. We'll see if she pulls out of it. Really happy this year with the onions. Last year I was looking for my old photos. Actually last year at this time I was pulling my onions because we had a rain and they just basically flopped over dead, or pretty much ended their season early. So this year with the drip irrigation, the area looking a lot healthier, a lot more, everything is just so much more stout. So, and I went with a different source for and I'm really happy with them so far. Celery is kind of squeezed in here along with the beets and tomatillos. I know that the onions will be coming out here sometime by the end of the month, along with the beets. We're actually going to be starting to harvest those here soon, so they'll be gone, and that'll create more space for the celery and the tomatillos to grow. Well, plus the tomatillos will grow above all that anyway. So, but training the tomatillos up the trellis, they are not a climber. I have to manually add holds to them so they'll kind of climb up. That way they don't bush out and become unmanageable and take up a lot of space. Green peppers are doing really good. They're enjoying this hot heat. They're growing quick. This is for sure actually doing a Florida weave, hoping that will help hold those peppers up. But we'll see. Potatoes are doing pretty good. I mean, last year they were doing pretty good, but they didn't yield anything. But this year, everything tells me that I should have a lot better yield than last year. But I am starting to see the leaf blight here. I tried my best to fight against it. I kind of did delay it a little bit, but it's still inevitable. It's just with how tight to plant my garden, it's hard for me to space things out. That would help some, but I think just with the soil, that it's just that blight's in the soil, and it's just going to be a constant battle. Zucchini is up. I plant them later than normal because I'm going to see if the same experience as I had last year, that when I plant them later, they last longer. The squash born worm doesn't get in there. We'll see if it was just a fluke or I can get it works out. So tomatoes are doing really good. I did notice they have that leaf blight a little bit on some of my tomato plants. I did trim the leaves just to kind of get them up and out. I think it's funny, people tell you, oh, don't water them, but or don't get water on the leaves. And well, what about rain and dew and all that? But that's nature. But I do try to trim them up a little bit just to kind of help them fight against that leaf blight. Anyways, if I saw some, but I did a pretty good job trimming all it off. Carrots is doing pretty good. Lettuce is still holding on. Actually, on this little guy, on this pepper plant, got a little pepper, so I'm pretty excited about that. That's a coffee mug. They're really hard to grow in the garden. Have not had much luck. No, just joking. Laying it up, we had some potatoes that had started growing in the house. I went ahead and planted them. Figured trying to do a late grow on potatoes, just to kind of see what happens. We're gonna throw them out anyways. Figured why not? Had the space because sunflowers kind of came up, but they kind of didn't. That was a promise from my son. He wanted me to grow sunflowers, so I grew him some sunflowers. Cucumbers are starting to trellis. They don't trellis as easily as green beans, but with patience and all that, they will trellis. And they will trellis themselves. But if you want them to kind of grow up a straight wall, you kind of have to assist them on that. So over here, pulled the fencing around the strawberries. Figured at this point the rabbits, if they want to eat anything, should be okay, because the strawberries are starting to send out runners. And my peas are doing great. My snow peas are doing great. Probably one of my better season of snow peas. They're actually getting something that's worth harvesting. And then it's kind of hard to show, but I did harvest the garlic this year, or for this season. Trying to decide what to do with this bed. Probably gonna plant like a bean and or a brassica in here, just to kind of keep the nutrients, try to add to the nutrients of the soil. But I'm kind of deciding whether I want to add some leaf mold to it or compost to it before I do that, or if I just kind of pull out the weeds and freshen, kind of move the soil lightly, and then grow the green beans. Mainly I just want to, like with green beans or with beans, I want to add that nitrogen back into the soil. So I don't know, kind of trying to decide what to do, but that's pretty much it for July 4th. Until next time.